So you're getting ready to go out to the field and you need to pack your kit. Of course, you probably do the same thing I do. You start going through all of your stuff, right? However you have your stuff organized, right? I try to keep mine organized by type. So I want to think, what kind of pack do I need to take for this exercise? What is it that I want to wear, right? What are those layers going to be? What kind of cordage do I need to have on me? What kind of basic survival things like fire making, shelter making, what do I want to stay in? I think about food. I think about all the things that you think about when you're getting ready to go out to the field. And everybody tells me that there's one thing that you absolutely must have every time that you go out to the field. And I take one with me myself, right? It's the old tourniquet. Truth be told, I got tourniquets. I got one here. I got some on my 782 gear. And I have one on each side of my vehicle, but I think that they're overrated. And if you listen, right about now, there's somebody commenting that I must be smoking crack. Can you hear it? I got something for you at the end. Well, my number one carry item is your tears. And obviously I have many of them, right? And so I'm not advocating that you shouldn't have one, but I think that we need to think about things a little bit differently. So first off, team, if somebody tells you to carry a tourniquet and that thing is bagged up, not ready to use, like I would reconsider who I'm listening to, right? So you do need to make sure that you have your tourniquet ready to go and to deploy in the case that in the extremely unlikely scenario that it's actually needed. So why do I think that tourniquets are overrated? For two reasons, right? One, their actual use, and we're going to use Google to help answer some questions on this. So this is I just did a Google search, how many tourniquets are used? In 2016, 2,000 tourniquets were applied by EMS to injured patients in the United States between 2011 and 2014. So you think about the tens of thousands of times that EMS is called out to go do their JOB, from vehicular accidents to gunshots, right? Fighting, gang fights, and whatever it is. Only 2,000 were used in the span of 11, 12, 13, 14, right? So 4 years, 500 a year. All of those encounters, only 2,000 were used, right? So let's look at the military. So I'm gonna scroll down here a little bit and I see U.S. military use of tourniquets from 2001 to 2010. So here's a 10-year span. In this study, there was 4,297 casualties with some sort of extremity trauma. 30% of those had tourniquets used and 70% did not. And so of those times when it was used, they had 3 different categories for the severity of the casualty. The survival rate for serious casualties or serious wounds was 98%. The casualty rate for severe was 76%, and for critical was 0. So issue number one with tourniquets is extremely unlikely that they will ever be used. And I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, all telling us that we need them. I have many, so I guess I'm right there with you. But it is extremely unlikely that it would ever have to be deployed. So why do we spend so much money on these things? And more so, why do we push for the tourniquet to be used? Because here's issue number 2 with tourniquets. The second issue that I have with tourniquets is that not only are they unlikely, but okay, so let me go get an IFAC. Well, same freaking deal, man. Everything in your IFAC all deals with the stuff that a tourniquet is designed to do. Stop the bleeding, right? And deal with it. Maybe you have some stuff and it's all March, high speed, low drag. So maybe you have some stuff for, penetrating chest wounds or sealing up chest wounds or whatever. All well and good. But what's more important than that is the ordinary. If you're out trucking through the woods and let's just say you're even doing some live fire, what is the probability of dealing with something while you're training that's going to require a freaking tourniquet? It's almost zero. But what is the likelihood of dealing with a strain, a sprained ankle, an injured hip, a fall, a head injury, heat casualties, or cold weather casualties? You name it, and it's way more likely than somebody getting shot and needing a tourniquet. You're like, well, Stoker, man, we're going to the range, man. Safety first, dude. Okay, I mean, I was a first sergeant for 5 years, so I get that mentality. However, pause for dramatic effect. How many times have you been to the range? How many rounds have you shot at a range? How many people have you encountered on ranges or courses or classes or whatever? Think about that. If that's part of your life, it's probably a lot. How many times was a tourniquet needed? Good thing to have, right? It's like insurance. It's a good thing to have. But just like insurance, they make their money because you're not going to need it. All those extra warranties for the appliances. Oh, have extended warranty for $50. And the likelihood of actually having to use it is slim to nil. Now, in the event that you do need it, okay, awesome, it's great. And in the event that you do need a tourniquet, which will probably be zero, awesome. I'm glad you're prepared. But are you prepared for the most likely? Are you prepared for the ordinary, the routine? Have you sought after some training beyond a simple stop the bleed course? And if you haven't even done that, I would submit to you that you need to. Whether it's through organizations like the American Red Cross or a local nonprofit, maybe you have a school or a college that offers some classes. Maybe it's a private class. I'm doing some wilderness first aid, whatever it is, man. Get some training, but step beyond this is how I stop bleeding, and get into this is how I deal with ordinary things. Fractures, hyperthermia, sprained ankles, somebody falling. All of the things that you've probably already encountered. There are more ordinary things yet to happen. And yet, we don't seek the knowledge or the training We don't master our craft in the area of first aid. We think, well, man, I got a tourniquet, so I'm good to go. Are we? Are we really? We think, hey, man, I got an IFAC, so I'm good to go. That's like saying, hey, I got a freaking PT belt, so I'm good to go. What are we doing, team? We have to get smarter about this. I'm all about the stuff. As you saw, like, I've got stuff coming out the wazoo. But do we have the right stuff? And do we know how to use it? For the ordinary times. The most likely. See, what we're talking about at the end of the day is risk management. And on one side, you have severity. And on the other axis, you have the likelihood of the event occurring. So if something is severe, like say a gunshot wound, right? Pretty severe. I'd call that critical maybe. But it is unlikely. The risk is low, right? Does that make sense? But if something may be of less impact to us, but more likely, that risk is also low, but it's more likely to happen. So you need to develop controls to mitigate all of your risks. So yes, carry a dadgum tourniquet. Do it. Just make sure you're prepared for the most likely, team. I appreciate you guys. Let me know down in the comments below how jacked up you think Stoker is on this. And we will keep this conversation rolling. Don't forget that the one thing that you absolutely is a must-have, well, there's actually two things that are must-have. One, it's the SHTF field manual. You can buy that on Amazon. And two, all you dudes who didn't like me, well, my number one carry item is your tears. All those times that you keep coming back to the channel and you keep leaving negative Nancy comments. It just fills up my flask with your tears. And what's ironic about this is, why do you keep coming back to something that you don't like? I think you secretly, are you in love with me? Dude, I'm married, man, happily. But, you know, here's to the rest of you guys. Oh. Every time you do all the things, you know, the liking, subscribing, the comments, it also fills up my flask with some good tears. Team, I appreciate you guys. Till then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked. Team, if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.
We know you're out there! Come to my voice!